Bonjour, my freaky darlings. It's Benji here. I hope you're all doing well. You've joined me in my dressing gown. I just wanted to have a little chat about, obviously, my new book, the sequel to View From Afar. View From Afar, tell me that it's no use. And this topic is, the theme of this book. It follows on from the safeguarding theme that View From Afar. Obviously, View From Afar, Avery is exposed to the trafficking of minors industry, if you want to call it an industry. It's disgusting, but anyway. And she creates View From Afar, a company that helps minors to overcome it and protects minors. She basically safeguards, whether illegally or illegally. She should do it illegally. She should do it legally, sorry. But yeah, she wants to help and protect and safeguard children. Safeguarding is, of course, making sure that all children are happy, healthy, in a safe environment where there's no risk of abuse or anything like that, no threat to them, and they can be their happy, authentic selves. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this. This sequel is basically, I've got some notes here because I kind of want to stick to this. This is a really important subject, so I kind of want to stick to these notes here. But this is, it approaches another topic, which is the realm of gender within safeguarding. It's very specific, and it comes from an interest I have in the subject. Obviously, I believe that every child should be protected and should be safe and should be well looked after. Obviously, I don't think I know anyone that doesn't want that. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to go into that. But I've got a couple of notes here that I wanted to talk about. So just simply, so there are 3 R's to safeguarding. So reporting, recognizing, and responding. So recognizing the incident, any red flags that you might see. Responding appropriately. Do not investigate it yourself, because you can jump to conclusions. A lot of things can go wrong, so don't investigate it yourself. And report your concerns to the local authority. Yeah, I just want to say, remember, it's not your job to prove abuse, okay? It's only to report your concerns. That's your job. And it doesn't matter who you are. We all want to make sure children are safe. And that is a point as well that I want to make. Safeguarding is everyone's job. It's not just a teacher's. It's not just a caregiver's, parent or guardian. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my hair at the moment. Don't care. It's everyone's job. You could be a randomer in the street, and if you see a child in a safeguarding issue, danger, we're going to act and obviously voice our concerns to the appropriate people. So yeah, sorry, this is just a little bit of a really heavy subject, but I when I was writing these books, honestly, sometimes that I'd be typing away, and then I'd be like, oh, I need to take 15 minutes just because I feel sick, sort of thing. So yeah, it's heavy, but it's important, and that's why I always want to talk about it, because safeguarding children is so vital in our society. It's what nurtures. We nurture the next generation, and in order to do that in a positive way, we need to make sure that they have positive lives. I know that sounds like the basics of the basics, but it's true, isn't it? And somebody needs to talk about it. Whether it's done through fiction, whether it's done through seminars, whether it's done through the themes approach through films, television, documentaries, anything, it needs talking about. So I wanted to talk about, like I said, gender and safeguarding. So let's not beat about the bush. What I've got in my notes here, obviously, I have seen and I have experienced a prejudice against gender roles within safeguarding. Now, it is, in my experience, and in my opinion as well, and there are records and statistics to back this up, but we do need to come away from the idea that all abusers are men and all victims are girls, because that's just not the case. Anyone can be a victim, anyone can be an abuser. So let's just get that out of our head. Gender expectations as well, especially the society that we have, there is a lot of pressure on certain genders for certain different things. It can make it hard for victims to come forward. For example, if a boy feels, we do obviously tell our daughters, our girls, about, asserting yourself, and no means no, and everything, as we definitely darn well should. However, we also need to make this applicable to males as well, to our sons, our, and everything like that, because we can't go into our heads as well going, the males are going to be the abusers and the females are going to be the victims. It's really sexist on both sides, to be quite honest. So we need to make sure that we also cater our language and our bringing up of information in the next generation of just gender neutral, in a way, victims, and what it might like, what red flags are that you might see in an abuser or abusive situation beforehand. You know what I mean? So this book really explores how gender, how Avery obviously is exposed to how she had these preconceived notions of gender within abuse and safeguarding against children, and how that's shattered, basically. Sorry, it's really, like I said, heavy hitting subject, but yeah, she realizes that she really had a prejudice, a preconceived notion, that notion that I just talked about, males being the abusers and females being the victims. She thought that too. And then a lot of things happen in this book where she was just like, I was so wrong. Honestly, I had a preconceived notion, and I'm learning that I was exceedingly, exceedingly wrong, and that we need to do a lot, which is what I'm trying to do now, to communicate the fact that some victims can be male and some abusers can be female. Because gender, honestly, has nothing to do with the roles in an abusive and victim situation. None. The reason why I want to talk about it, if gender has nothing to do with it, is because we have those sociological preconceived ideas that it does. And I really want to address that as much as I can, because every child deserves to be safe. Every single one of them. Yeah, so some key points. What to do right now. I mean, obviously, I'm not... This video isn't about, giving examples or anything like that, because I don't want to, disrespect any, person's situation or anything like that. But I mean, if you do have a concern, don't delay your reporting. Don't delay reporting your concern to the correct local authorities. Do not do it, because delaying is just going to make things a whole lot worse. So I always feel a little bit awkward, because obviously this is a fiction. And people will be like, oh, why are you choosing to talk through fiction? I'll happily talk through non-fiction. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing like a sort of video right now because I feel so passionate about the subject. So I will talk about it in real life. However, the reason why I do it in fiction, I love writing fiction. But I just think this conversation is so important that if I am to combine what I love doing most, which is writing fiction, and what I'm passionate about, which is safeguarding children and making sure we break down gender stereotypes as well, all these things that may be the gender stereotypes within abusive and victim situations that are damaging to our sociological society, then yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in a fiction book. Absolutely. I want to talk about it. So yeah, I do feel always like I have to defend that. I don't know why, but maybe it's because, there is a risk of, when you write in a fiction, you're dramatizing everything, and you're being creative with things. But it's like, no, this is a situation that's real. And yes, it's in a fictional situation here, but out there it is real. So, but yeah. In short, I just wanted to finish up with saying, like, safeguarding is everybody's responsibility, and it's for every child, no matter what their gender is. Male, female, gender neutral. Gender doesn't really exist in safeguarding. It just, you safeguard somebody, a human being, that needs protecting. Every human being, regardless of age as well. I mean, I know this is obviously on the topic of minors, but every human being deserves to be safe. Every human being deserves to be deserves to thrive in an environment where they're not threatened, they're not abused, and they can be their happy, authentic selves and pursue happiness as long as it's not hurting anyone or anything. Very, very simple message. And there we go. So everybody, if you do want to read this, feel free to do so. I will put a link to it down below. You can get it in physical copy on Amazon, also in digital copy on Kindle, iBooks and Kobo. I'll put the link in down below, like I said. But yeah, hard-hitting subject, I know. So make yourself a nice drink and take a breather. I'm going to. So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day or evening, whatever. And yeah, be as happy as you can and make sure others are happy too. Lots of love. Take care.